Hello, my music-loving friends. We are going to be adding something to the inside of your book today. So I'm going to open this book up as a little background to show you what to do next. We are going to be folding this piece of paper into 4 columns, and then we're going to be folding it a few times so that we get 8 rows. It's not so complicated, but you do want to be precise in your folding. And these folds are just to make nice straight lines that will end up representing your 4 strings and the places where your fingers will eventually press the strings against the fingerboard. All right, follow me. I'm holding my paper like this. I'm going to curve my paper over, and you see how I'm being gentle for now, but I'm making these corners line up oh so neatly. Once those corners are lined up neatly, I'm pinching them. And then I'm pinching, and then I'm pressing it down against the table, and I'm pressing it with this finger now so that now this hand can start to make a fold. And I'm going this way first. And that starts my fold. And now that fold is pretty good, but I'm going to use the handle of my scissors to make that crease really solid. So I'm pressing it down and pressing it down. All right. Now you have this long skinny piece here, but we're going to do one more fold in that same direction. So I'm curling it with my fingers and I'm keeping those corners together. This can be kind of tricky, but I bet you can do it. Put those corners together, pinch, 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 press it against the table. And if it's not perfect, that is okay. All right, so I'm pressing it against the table, and now this hand can start to make that fold, just like I did the first time. And just like I did before, I'm using the handle of my scissors to smash that crease really firmly. So now I have this long, skinny piece of paper. So what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to use my finger along the back of that to open it back up. And you'll notice that now there are these perfectly straight lines. Well, close to perfectly straight. They don't need to be totally perfect. But look at that. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns on my paper. But we're going to do some more folding first, okay? So now we're going to be folding in this direction instead. So I take it and I go this way and I line those corners up as neatly as I can. Pinch, press it down, hold it tight, make that fold. Remember, you can pause any time you want, creasing that crease with the handle of my scissors. All right. I'm going to do that same thing 2 more times in the same direction. So here I go. I'm holding it. You don't want these to get all like this. So I'm holding that, curving it over, lining up my corners. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Press it down. That pinching is going to keep your corners from getting wild. Press with the handle of your scissors. 1 more time, same direction. Oh my goodness. Fold it over, line those corners up. Ooh, this is a tricky one. Pinch, press it down, mash it with one hand, and then use the other one to make your fold. Handle of the scissors, smash, smash, smash. All right. So now I'm going to open that up. So it looks like this. Look at all those perfect little squares. Now this is a really good time to pause if this is not the outcome that you have achieved, and try again if you need to. Okay, having made your paper full of these beautiful little squares, it's time to glue it into your theory book. It's going to be going way over here to the right. We're leaving empty space on purpose. And so I'm kind of just sizing up where I want it to go first. And then it's going to be time to glue it. Now we've talked about how to glue in a previous video. So I'm going to do 2 side-by-side gluings without talking, so you can see me do on one side with the stick and on the other side with the liquid glue. Here we go. Okay, now that you have glued your folded piece of paper into the right side of your theory book, it's time to do a little bit of drawing on this side. Now I'm going to continue using black for right now, but I promise I'm planning to use colors and make mine look extra fancy later on. But for this one, I'm going to keep it simple. Remember, we have these little squares, don't we? We have a row and a row and a row, and if you look, you can see all those little lines. On only the first line right here going across, we're going to make one thick marking right there. So I'm taking a marker that will allow me to do that. If you're using something else, you can color it really thick however you want to. I think markers are probably the easiest, but you can use whatever you like. So I'm going right across that line, and it doesn't have to be a perfectly straight line, but I want it to be nice and thick like that. And if you follow that line, it'll be as neat as possible. Okay, and now having done that, we are going to list the names of your strings right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares above that line. And let's talk about the names of your strings. We're actually going to start over here because most violin players start by playing on the E string. And so all the way over here in this top square, we're going to write the letter E. That's your E string. Then we're going to go over to this square, and your next string is called the A string. So let's put an A. And then one string over is called the D. And then the final one is called the G. And look how nicely I put those in each of those squares, so it's very organized looking, isn't it? We like that. Now, there are a couple different ways that you can remember the names of your strings. Good dogs always eat, if you're going this way, or elephants always dance gracefully. And if you're my student, you've learned a song called Eek the Ants, or you're about to, where we go eek, eek, eek. Look at all the ants, 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 digging in the dirt, 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 going underground, ground, ground. So that's it for this video. Make sure that you put your theory book in your music binder so you have it in your lessons. See you next time.